We would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today and pay our respects to the elders past, present and emerging. Hang on. On the first day of solstice, my true love sent to me a weird carved out wooden lamb. G'day, I'm Shell.
Kia ora, I'm Lou.
And welcome to Xena Warrior Nutballs.
Our solstice edition.
Yes.
We hope you've affixed your chakrams to your trees.
And you've got Tobias ready.
What?
Tobias, wasn't the cutest?
Yeah, I know. In this house, it's definitely a tradition. You've got to watch A Solstice Carol, Season 2, Episode 9, the Xena Christmas episode.
Yes.
But anyways, ciao, let's go. We're cruising over to the stunt team and we're slipping tiny protective pads under our bilious green bras to learn how to beat Gabrielle's stunt double.
Yep. Xenites, Gabrielle's stunt double.
It's Tammy Barker, who was Renée O'Connor's stunt double for seasons 3, 4 and 5.
This episode is so important because stunt people are just far out, man. They make up most of Xena, don't they?
Of course.
There's all different types of stunties. There's stunties that ride horses. There's like acrobats, there's stunties that do fire, there's stunties that get dragged behind a horse, like our special guest. There's all these different types, and it's just, they are really unsung legends of the industry. And they take some really hard hits and they just get back into it and they get it done. And everything that we're seeing on the screen is just the magic of stunt people.
Of course, and especially back in the 90s, like just, it's just so incredible. The skills, the talent, the art, it's such a creative part of TV that you don't really, I don't think I appreciate as much until today, until this conversation, really.
They're awesome. And let's just also mention the female stunties that had fuck all padding compared to the blokes. These women are like real life warrior women.
So Tammy specifically is the stunty for Gabrielle, and she's specifically the stunty that kind of takes Gabrielle through her arc from being our cute little bard with a stick that she can use to defend herself through to a full-blown warrior with size. Oh, what a journey that this legend takes us all on. Without her, we wouldn't be able to see that enormous growth, that development of that character. We wouldn't be able to see just, I don't know. Like, Renée O'Connor obviously is incredible, absolutely amazing. But if it wasn't for all the stunties as well, we just wouldn't get that level of action behind it.
Yeah, and it blows my mind, the episodes that Tammy was in. She was in such pivotal moments in Gabrielle's arc. And it's Tammy.
It's Tammy. In Ides of March, it's Tammy.
Yeah.
Like, and when Xena goes down and there's a decision to be made to save her soulmate and her love and she used to fight off all these warriors, it's Tammy. Like, it's
the Gab Drag, it's Tammy. Like, guys, this is such an unsung legend of Xena. This is our Gabrielle. This is Gabrielle. This is half of Gabrielle, you know?
Yeah.
It's like Zoe Bell to Xena.
It is. Like, there are many stunties that make it up, and Tammy wants to make it really clear that, you know, there's a team behind it. Absolutely. Yeah. But for this period of time, Tammy was the main Gabrielle stunty.
Oh.
Yeah.
I totally fangirled the fuck out of this. we totally fangirled the fuck out of this.
We lost our minds.
She, like, the way she picked up a side, she went, And I have to say for myself personally, I am very, very proud that this is our first female Australian on our show.
Yes.
Mate.
She does you guys proud.
Mate.
Like, she's very cool.
Dude, and she's a Queenslander.
Speaking of Queenslanders, mate, sound like you had a fair few of Steve Irwin mates all behind you.
Okay, I have to let our guys, our international listeners, Queenslander means that you are from the state of Queensland, which is, it's basically Steve Irwin country is where I live. So, yes, we are known to have a lot of wildlife around us. And what you guys can hear in the background are our native parrots, galahs, screeching their little feathers off every single time we have an interview. Or if you don't hear them, you're hearing the magpies, the Australian magpies, and you hear them in the backyard going, gullah, 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 and you just think, by the gods, stop.
Flaming glass.
And they're so naughty.
So cute.
They're naughty. Like, when they're flying around doing their own thing, they get into like phone cords, they chew tables, they're so naughty. So you have to like keep an eye on them the whole time because they're just really mischievous.
Oh my God, do you remember the time that I tried to make this into a Lord of the Rings podcast? And now you've made this into like a bird podcast. So I feel like we should get back to Tammy. Back to Tammy.
Yeah, I'm a weird bird person. It's true.
We just want to give fair warning that we absolutely lose the plot during this interview at a couple of points because we just dissolve into giggling messes, plot's lost, we're fizzing at the bung because we just can't handle how absolutely incredible, hilarious and amazing Tammy is. And she brings into the interview some really stunning photos and we'll hopefully be sharing some of those with you online. So go and have a look at our socials too.
And she brings in like the props. She's like, oh, so here's the staff. It's just like... So you'll hear all of that. Guys, this is really such a bloody excellent episode.
Look, there are no more words.
Yeah, I can't speak.
I can't speak.
So excited to share this with you, Xenites. Look, sharpen your size. Twirl that staff.
Fit. I was going to say fluff your quill, but I worry that comes off wrong. Let's just do
Fluff
the
your quill. That definitely comes off wrong. Fluff your quill, guys. You've got to let that stay in the podcast. It's the funniest. Fluff your quill.
Okay. Have we done enough damage?
Fuck. Just, yeah. That's enough now. Hit it. Xenites, Gabrielle fans, Stunt fans, please welcome none other than Renée O'Connor's very own stunt double, fellow Aussie, Tammy Barker. G'day.
G'day, ladies. Thank you so much for having me. What a bloody honour this is.
This is so amazing. So cool.
Was that really Australian, me saying what a bloody honour?
Yeah.
Straight away.
Yeah, really loved it.
Can I say to you, when you first reached out to me, I was like, well, obviously we're celebrating the big anniversary this year, and I acknowledged that on my radio show and kind of talked a little bit about it, the history of the show and my involvement. So I've been going back through my journals and all my photos, and since you've been communicating with me, it's been exciting. Walk down memory lane.
That's so special. How cool. So we can't wait to hear all about all your memories.
Yeah. Would you be able to take us back to the very beginning and tell us how you landed the job as Gabrielle, stunt double on Xena Warrior Princess?
So for me, I was living at the Gold Coast. I graduated from high school in 1994. I went to the Gold Coast 95, 96 for 2 years, and I always wanted to be an actress.
Yeah.
But I also got qualified in Australia to be a stunt person, and there's a process. So after 2 years on the Gold Coast, a friend of mine said, you should go to New Zealand because in Auckland, they're filming, Hercules and Xena. There's so many other shows and there's really good opportunities.
Yeah.
So I was watching Xena or Herc, I can't remember which one it was, and I got the stunt coordinator's name. TV credits, Peter Bell.
Yes.
Great. And I Googled his, I didn't even know if it was Google was around, but I got his details. I sent him my kind of like little resume at the time. I packed up my life and I moved to New Zealand.
No way.
And I arrived in New Zealand on the 1st of February. On the 3rd of March, I faxed Peter Bell my resume again. And on the 20th of March, I had my first fitting for a big episode on Hercules. So it happened really quick.
Wow. That's amazing. What
a dream.
Wow. To literally find his name, contact him, and then get on the show.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I think
I wish I thought of that.
yeah, like that's how simple it is, right? Like I was only 19 at the time. I turned 20 in the April of 1997. So when I started on Herc, it was for this big Amazon episode. And I was like this bright-eyed, bushy-tailed young Australian in New Zealand. I lived at a backpackers hostel.
Cool.
The first 3 months, like cleaning so I could have free rent, but then like going on this massive American TV show set. It's like, wow, my dreams come true.
And you made it happen. Oh,
you really did.
I love that so much. So that seems to me a very Aussie thing to do, right? Just to go, fuck it, and just, grab life by the balls and just.
And I think too, you know, like I'm 48 now. I look back to those like early years when I was there and I knew no one. Like I knew absolutely no one in Auckland. I was given an opportunity. I took the opportunity by the horns and then I created this life there. But, you know, I look back now and I always describe it. I was like naively confident.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I remember auditioning for that particular Herc episode and I was like I had to do a somersault off a trampoline and I hadn't trained for 7 weeks and I wasn't a gymnast first and foremost, but I landing on my bum and then I'd nail a couple and land on my bum for a couple and I reread through my diary for that time in my life and I was kind of really embarrassed that I had come all this way and I'd probably embarrassed myself in front of this stunt team audition, but like it's, you know, you're just tenacious, you're naive, you're confident, and it's like, it doesn't happen. You know what? I can always go home. You know, that was my attitude.
Yeah.
I remember that first week on Hercules and like, you know, we've got the little costume fitting, you know, like the possum there and there was like not much there. And I was like, And I remember looking around and, you know, a lot of the new stunt girls, because there was a few of us new, and then there was a few of the old ones. And you, with all respect to the old ones, you could really see they were a little bit jaded. Like, it's like this was their job. They made this much time. They'd been around for a couple of seasons. You know, it was just like smiling. Me and my friend Carmel, who also went on to become Lucy's double there for a while with Jerry. Jerry, I think, was Lucy's original stunt double. And we were just like beaming with pride. And I remember the director, I can't remember his name, but he looked at me and he went, he's a big American director. He's like, pointed at me and goes, "You're new, aren't you?" And I said, "Yeah." "How can you tell?" He's like, "It's written all over your face," like just this enthusiasm, you know? And,
wow.
Yeah, I mean, to be on that set was huge. And then the whole Gab opportunity just rolled out from there.
That's amazing. So am I able to ask you, Tammy, are you able to describe for us a bit of like the day in the life of being a stunty on the set of Xena Warrior Princess?
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, there was no mobile phones. I had a pager. I mean, maybe some people had a mobile. 1997, and when I moved there, I had a pager.
No way.
Peter Bell's kind of stunt agency that I was with, you'd get a page and then I'd call, and the wonderful Annette Horton was our talent manager. Call her and she would say, "Okay, tomorrow, you know, you're on Hercules. This is your call time. This is roughly what you'd be doing." Or she's like, "Okay, a week from now, you're booked for this episode for a stunt gig," and so forth. So you kind of waited for that. And then, you know, it was like obviously early call times. So at the beginning of my career there, because I lived at a hostel, I didn't have a car, I would get lifts from the other stunties, which was really wonderful of them. And they really kind of took me under their wing and they'd drive me out. And then when I knew I was kind of getting regular work, I bought a, you know, beat up old car because I couldn't do much else. And, you know, you'd drive to set and you'd be there early, and it was mostly second unit I worked on because that part of my doubling side was mostly second unit. And, you know, you'd get in, and I remember you ladies might remember the bloody big brown tanning paint. Have you heard about that?
Yes.
You'd stand there like in your bra and undies, or, you know, sometimes just your undies and stuff, and the beautiful makeup artists, they'd be like slathering this brown so you looked all, sexy and brown, and you'd be in makeup and hair and wardrobe, and then, you'd start your day, and with stunt work, sometimes you sit around a lot and then it's on, or other days it's jam-packed, and it was so exciting. I mean, the crews were some of the best in the world at what they did in all the departments, and, it was exciting, and then you've got all the extras and the team, and
oh, man,
very cool.
How fabulous.
Amazing.
What was it like being a female stunty on this groundbreaking feminist show in the 90s where you got to bring to life one of the greatest female hero journey storylines ever of Gabrielle?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, it was one of those things where I think when you were in it at the start, you probably didn't realize just how big it was going to be until probably a little bit later in that time for me. I mean, Renée is, and she was, one of the most gracious actresses to double for. I mean, I think Renée's only X amount of years older than me. So at that stage, I mean, she was in the, greatness of her career, and she was always so gracious for me, with me, doing what I did. And there was a great team of other stunt women around us as well. One of the struggles for me, like if I was to be honest, and I've never really talked about it, but, I was only 20, 21, 22 when I was doing the main 3 years of my time, is that I was like, I remember I was, as doubling for Renée. Renée was always a lot more muscular than me. My frame was smaller, but I didn't have like the muscle she did. And, 1 minute wardrobe pulls me in and they're like, you're too skinny.
Wow.
Like at that age going, well, I don't trying to be skinny. So then it's like, well, the opposite to that was like, I'm like, oh, then I started putting weight, but I didn't have the muscle. And then, I get told that I'm fat. And then I had to like the famous Gab outfit with the green at the top and the skirt. It's like when you're in a harness, any extra weight you have here is pushed up. And it was a tough time. But I mean, the thing for me, I guess, is that like I was employed to double someone. And, that you have to have a similar body structure to them.
Yeah. It's still tough that as women we have to go through just that bullshit. And we still do now, where they say, oh no, so, and it is matter of fact, because you have to fit into a certain thing, and they'll just go, no, nah, got to be size 10, sorry, move. Like I've had auditions before, they'll just say, sorry, you're just too fat.
Yeah.
Just go, thanks.
It's crazy. And, professionally I understand, there is a side to it. Like Renée had this amazing washboard abs stomach. She was so fit. And like, although I was like, my frame was like this and I looked like her from profiles and that, it's, you look back and you're like, oh, wow, it was a time. But, you are, as a professional stunt person, you are an athlete, you're a so you do have to put that work into your body, and that is something you have to do. But yeah, it was, when I left that role, it was definitely, I could just be myself, if that makes sense. Yeah.
No. As much as also you can rationalize it's a job, it's part of it, it's part of the image, it does not take the sting out of critiques like that, like it does not take, nobody ever likes hearing anything from any external way about people's bodies, and that's a really hard thing. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. That's a really incredible insight into the world of a stunty, because you don't think about that on the stunty's behalf.
No, and I guess for the guys, they were lucky. We had some big guys, and we had some big hefty guys.
Yeah.
They always, for the most part, had their bodies covered up.
That's right.
Or if they didn't, it was like, like the burly warrior dude that and they got away with it. But, it was quite a sexualized show in that body sense.
Yes, it was.
Your body was always showing. And I mean, it's, it's a reality. And now, weights, and I mean, I come from being not a professional dancer, but a dancer. And so this whole muscle thing wasn't massive, although I was fit and but on the flip side to this, I do remember had a lot of, like, Lucy was fit, Renée was fit. We had a lot of American actresses come over, and there'll be people that remember this, and they were skinny, and they weren't fit, and then all of a sudden our other stunt women, like, to be a stunt woman, you have to have a certain physique, but you've got these actresses were coming over, they were skinny, and then you're like, well, then it's the opposite. You have all these stunt women that look this way. None of them are that skinny because we that skinny. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you guys would get like injured.
Because I think too, you know, the waif look, the Kate Moss, all that, you know, like the model industry was very, some of that real waif skinny type. But yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah. Can I plug into something you said earlier? I would love to just ask because like it is famously known, like whenever you watch an action movie with women heroes and you see them on screen doing these incredible feats or in these incredible battles, and then you think of the stunties and you think of the difference between what a female stuntie often has to wear, the difference to like what a male stuntie has to wear, and the different padding and protections they can do. Your mind, like my mind is blown by what the female stunties can achieve wearing freaking like bra and undies and come out like, you know, and I imagine there's like some terrible stories in relation to that. But I'm just wondering like, what was it like having to deal with not much padding? Because I imagine there wasn't much under that tiny little Gabrielle outfit.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, sometimes they would put like, it depends when you do your shot, right? They would have a mat. You're getting hit on the ground. They'd have a mat and they would they'd cut it probably in two ways, that they would first of all show it without the mat and then with the mat. You know what I mean? Like as far as like, your landing and that. But some of the things you might have like a backpack, like a back pad on the back or around your hips area. But also we're trained to fall a certain way, right?
Right.
So most of it, but that was the exciting part. Like for me, I loved the fights. I loved the fall. Like that kind of stuff was exciting. And, you know, you get banged up and bruised, which is probably why a lot of stunt people are a bit like, their bodies now, if they had a really long career with that. Yeah. I mean, I wish I knew which one, the episode it was. If I showed you a photo, remember when Gab had the yellow, like it was like a bit Indian and she had the blonde wig with the braids and the yellow two-piece?
Yes.
That episode was amazing. And I've got photos I can kind of send you girls, but it was like this big rat shit where you like, I flew up and hit this awning in this big bizarre area and fell back down and like landed on the ground. Like that costume had there was no inside, you know?
Far out.
Yeah, female stunties are badass, man. That's just...
Yeah.
Was that Devi in season 4?
I think, yes.
And because there was so many stunts from Gabrielle in that one because she was possessed. She was some sort of possessed demon. And so she was like you were flying, you were walking over fire, she was doing everything. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
That was you. That was you.
Oh my God, this is tripping me out.
Yeah. But I will credit, so the stunt double that I remember before I started in 97.
Yeah.
The original, that I remember as the original, there could have been one before her, Min Windle was Renee's double. Yeah. And then Min was leaving. I'm pretty sure how it worked is I came in, started on her. Min was leaving. They got me in as Renee's double. And then I left at the end of 1999. And then I think Min came back. She took it over for a while.
Correct. Yeah.
For a few episodes here and there, Cherie Swords also picked up a little bit of Renee's work. Cherie was a lot taller, but she has a gymnastic background. So I think even Cherie did episodes like off and on through some stuff as well. So, you know, I wasn't the only one. I was the main one for a certain period of time. But yeah, I think that episode with the yellow,
that's
was
so
a lot
cool.
of
That's so cool, man. May I ask you, so Gabrielle's main weapon of choice, right, is her Amazon staff that she's given by Effany, one of our favorite characters. What was it like learning to fight with the staff?
Yeah, that was great. Okay, well, I know we don't have video, but I did bring my staff today.
Oh, wow. Please show us. Yeah, we need to see this. Oh, wow.
So that's literally Gabrielle. You literally use that on set.
Okay, listeners, we've got a stunt staff right in front of us. This is
when I left in 99, the crew gifted me this. So, I mean, obviously over X amount of years, we switched out. And I'm assuming this was one of the ones that I used, or it was an Amazon one, but this is what I got.
Wow.
Got all the like little, God knows how I got this back to Australia. How would I have posted this back?
I know. Especially Australian customs, man. They're just terrible.
Yeah.
The 90s.
Like all this, you know, crazy.
Wow, look at all the craftsmanship on it. That is so
so beautiful.
Like you know?
Oh, different fabric wraps. That's so cool.
Yeah,
I'm tripping out.
like I said, look, this is the stuff that the second unit team gave me and that I could have. So again, I don't like, it was so long ago, I can't remember if they were like, this is the last one you used or this was yours and stuff. I had my own on set. So every time I showed up and there was an action piece, it was like, there's your stuff, you work with. So I had to learn, and although I had trained in Australia and some fight work, I hadn't really been a consistent martial artist. Like some of the stunt people will come in and go, martial arts is my background, or gymnastics is my background, fighting is my background, etc. So I learned, and you know, the beauty of that team in New Zealand was, you know, even when you weren't on set, they'd be like, hey, come around today, let's train. Or, you know, in between takes, you know, the second year directors say, you guys have got an hour until the next scene. Then we'd be off like fighting and doing.
Oh my God, this is my dream job.
Yeah, it was honestly those days.
Amazing.
Hanging out, learning, and those, I'll just use the guys as an example, but they were, I still to this day, they were some of the best stunt people in the world, because you know, you think about it, if they had 5 days on main unit and then they go to second unit, and then they, like, a lot of these people work in 7 days a week. So they were, you know, and it wasn't just background fighting, it was air rams, rat shits getting set on fire. It was, you know, so many different things. So they are, I think, those working ones, some of the best at what they do. But yes, I got taught how to use the staff, and at the start it was, but I think because I'm from a dancing background, like my coordination, and you pick it up well, but I loved using it because it's like a big dance, you know, swinging this and that. And what I will say is, you know, Renée, she didn't need a stunt double. That woman could do it all. She was good, but of course we had to have a second unit, you know, and also she, you know, you can't get her injured, but and there was probably no one better than her when it came to her weapons that she had to use as Gabrielle. But yeah, I loved what I got to do and learn.
That's so cool. What great kudos for Renée O'Connor.
Yeah, they say that, you know, she's as good as a stunty, but yeah.
She's amazing.
So after the staff, our character Gabrielle and her hero's journey, she graduates to the size. Did you have to get any like special training for using those on set?
Yes, I did, and
no, shut up.
Oh my God.
These were my size. Like these were
Listeners, we have the size on screen right now. Oh, you even look how you're holding them. That is so cool. You just went straight to like the Gabrielle way of holding them.
The cute, defensive,
guys.
non-lethal
You just
way.
like a flip, doing a flip with the hand, wrist movement.
I haven't held these for like 20-something years. I don't know.
Dude,
it's been so long.
you can't tell. You just went straight up. Oh,
muscle memory, baby.
I loved this because they gave me my own size. The guys taught me, you know, I had to like, I think I had like proper training.
No, fuck off.
she's spinning them. She's spinning them and attacking, doing, that's so
at the same time. Both hands.
Yes.
I'm having a hot flush.
I forgot that I had these, and so I'm so glad that I dug them out and found them.
Wow. So you had to practice all that spinning and.
Yeah. And like, you know, and stunt fighting is just the coolest because obviously it takes, you know, both of you or the scene, you know, and that was the beauty of the work. And I know I've said it, I love the fighting as all of my career highlights. It's like the fighting for me were up there is that it's, you know, Mark Harris was one of the major stunt coordinators with us with Peter Bell, and Mark was just a beautiful, kind, incredibly talented stuntman himself and coordinator, and he was so patient. And you know, when you're on set and you learn what you do, but then you have to learn, then the other person does, you know, and it's just of them coming in bang and bang, and then the next person, you know, second unit, you've got them filming over your shoulder. And
cool, man.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, how good. So cool.
Such an amazing job. Oh my God.
Are you able to tell us what was the stunt that you reflect on being the most proud of?
So I guess there's two, but I know we're going to get to one. But the other one I did, and I wish that I remember the name of the episode and so forth, but I did a Gab, there was a major fire burn.
Yep.
And she had, I'll see if I got some photos. She had her toga. She was wearing a toga.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a day and a half on set. It was one of the indoor studios sets that we were on, and there was like water, and she had to walk from one the other. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we're day
Forget Me Not.
Is it Forget Me?
Forget Me Not with Aries. Sorry, keep going, Tammy.
I thought she got impregnated. This is when we're getting impregnated up in the.
No, the impregnated one is at the beginning of my career. Is that?
Oh,
Was this impregnated fire one?
that's what I was thinking of.
Oh, yes, you did that one. That's
My
you.
God.
Oh yeah, I did that. Yeah. So that was.
Bro,
I'm pretty
that's
sure
cool.
that was in 1997. This is the beginning of my Gab stunt career.
Hey, comic guy, what episode was it?
It's Deliberate. Season 3, like in the start.
That's not the one I'm talking about because they had CGI.
I've got to tell the listeners we are totally fangirling. We can't even talk.
I'm looking at Tammy betwixt my fingers. I can't.
Yeah. We've got Tammy holding up a photo, being Gabrielle up in the fucking air, and Lou and I can't talk. We are totally fangirling out.
Wow. Okay. Sorry. So there's that
Sorry,
one.
Tammy.
That's in season 3. We know that one for sure.
Okay.
You're talking about. Keep telling us about that one, and I'll find it for sure. So
This is just you can't see, but that's me in flames.
Route.
That's a full body burn here.
Wow. You've got a whole album.
Yeah, I've got a whole album of photos. There's me with Jerry, Lucy's original stunt double.
Oh, that is so cool.
Okay, so the one I'm talking about is like a lake, a river, and then the flame was coming through the river, and I had to walk from one side to the other.
Yes.
And I had Gab was wearing a toga, like a cream toga.
Yeah.
But then obviously for the burn, I had undercover, like whatever, like leggings and stuff, like fire protective things. And that's what they put the fire, I think it's called fire retardant on. Mm-hmm. And as you walk through, that's like the burn starts there and the burn picks up like the parts that the fire retardant's on. So this was a day and a half. So they do like different shots of that leg and then it comes up that part of the body. And then I think, as you do the whole one, it was like, your back and part of my front. And what I remember that it was very draining. It was, so well executed, the safety, the stunts, like the whole team. It was a minimal set, so everyone was focused. And I think for me, what ended up happening is because after like the decent burns, you have to get out of that costume, put another, this protective outfit on, put the toga on again, do it again. And by the end of the second day, I think it was quite emotionally draining because it's fucking full on. Excuse my language.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I remember like, you're doing this and you're on fire and you look at your arm. It's like
it's fire, man.
Like it really fucked with my head.
Yeah.
But
of course.
They were so like, sit down, let's do it again. And by the end of the shooting over the day and a half, like the director's like, let's do it again. Let's get another shot. And I think the safety coordinator, because you could see that it was kind of messing with he was like, no, that is it. You've got your shots. And, because when I was training to be a stunt person back in Australia, I had done a lot of burn work, right? So I was, I was used to the burn. That's fine. But, this was major. And, I'd love to go back and see the scenes now because I don't, the photos I've got, I mean, it's like, I am like amazing. Hectically burnt,
Yeah, holy shit.
We're looking at a photo that's just like all flames basically on water.
Just completely involved.
So cool.
Wow.
Shit.
So I'm pretty confident that's from Forget Me Not, which is season 3, episode 17. So you were that was like some of the first things you were doing. There's these full on. Oh my God, you're so amazing, Tammy. That is phenomenal. You're doing what, 20?
Yeah, so it was 20 in 1997, I think.
Wow.
Fuck. Yeah.
20, yeah.
Amazing. Well, no wonder you're so proud of that. That is amazing. It looks incredible on screen. That is such a feat. Thank you for doing that work. I think I'm about to ask you about your other favorite one. So we are aware that you were the stunty that did the famous Gab Drag, as we call it in the fandom. So season 3, episode 12, The Bittersweet. So you were literally dragged behind a horse on the beach. You have to tell us more about this. What on earth?
Yes, that was me. And I will put this out, but I'm sure a lot of the fans know that a male was used as well.
Yeah.
His name was Rob, and he was a short guy, an amazing stunty, and the reason they used him through kind of like the grassy sections is because it was like bumpy grass. I think they even threw him over a ramp. Like at one stage he went, yeah, like he went, it was like a ramp and the horse and he went like,
Wow.
he was fully padded, right? Like fully up, and he did that. So I won't claim any of that. But yeah,
Sure.
I have photos of that. I recently, for the
Oh my God.
30th anniversary, it is 30, right? We're doing 30.
Yes, 30. Yep, that's right. Yes.
I can guess myself then. When I was talking about this on my radio show and honoring the 30th anniversary and bits and pieces, I talked about this, and I've never really posted on my own personal Instagram about my life as the Gabrielle stunt double. I never really put photos up. Did put a collection.
I think Renée O'Connor shared it.
She did. Yes.
Yeah.
Her and I still keep in contact, so that was very
That's very cool.
to show you, this is me here.
No way. Okay, so that's at the Bethel's Beach, but it's the dunes. It's the sand dunes behind Bethel's Beach. And you're getting literally dragged behind. And that horse, that's not Argo. Oh, I remember that Argo wouldn't be party to this nonsense. That's amazing.
That
wow.
is amazing.
Yeah. So how this worked out is I set one day, and I think it was Mark Harris, and he said, "Hey, Tam, in a few days' time, you're going to be doing this big horse drag scene." And I went, okay. And he's like, we got to practice. And they put me behind a car. Now, again, when I was like 18.
What?
Yeah. So when I was in Australia, you train for this stuff, right? You train behind a motorbike or a car, but I never done it behind a horse. So the guys on set said, come out. I was just in my casual clothes, and they laid me on the back. They put a back pad across my shoulders, I think, and across my tailbone area. And they strapped my ankles, and then they just like slowly dragged me behind a car. Yeah. And then they taught me this technique where you're like, if your legs are like this, there's this technique, you flip your arm, and when there's momentum dragging you, you flip and you tumble, right? So they trained me very well. We get out to the beach, and I can't remember if it was Jerry, but because Lucy also had like a horse riding double. Yeah. So some of the girls did both. Yeah. So some of the stunt girls, I don't know if Zoe ever did the horse work, but the girls prior to her, some of them like a stunt double, but they could also do a lot of the horse work and so forth. So I can't remember who was doubling Lucy for that, but they dragged me behind the horse. And the thing is, again, it was a toga costume. Yeah. It was on the beach, and it was also tight shots. So if you look back at that episode, you'll see proper legs and arms. So what I remember of that is I had a flesh-colored wetsuit. So it was to here. My arms cut out. It went down to my, maybe just like above my knee or something, so you could see my real legs. So they bound my legs together as if she whipped me with her. Yeah. Whoa. They did close-up shot, the thing going around my ankles, and then took off. Yeah. And as the character, Xena was riding or galloping upstream, and that water I was going against the water coming down. And what I remember of that is that because we were going quite fast, the wetsuit above my knees was getting pushed up. So at times it was like right up. So my bum cheeks were like getting grazed as I was rolling. And the water was gushing up my private bits, right? So it was like, holy shit, so 20 meters a foot, and I'd be like, okay, something, they'd do it again. So it was like, this goes against, and this is why women are so freaking tough, right? We might be batting, but like my arms were showing, my bum, my legs, like I remember having grazing on the, like kind of the side of my hip area and stuff. It was such a cool stunt, and just knowing like how to move my body and do the tumble this way and then tumble that way, like that was so cool. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And so can I ask, the tumble, is that to add like a flair of dramatic to it? It's to like really show like how full on, but it's to do it safely. Yes. But it looks so violent. Like it looks so violent from a viewer's point of view. Wow.
Yeah. It was fun. So fun.
That's so cool. How amazing.
Wow. You also posted a really cool photo on your Instagram of you in The Quill is Mightier, which is season 3, episode 10, doing that iconic Xena move, but as Gabrielle, where she spins around her staff, kicking a bunch of goons in the head.
Yes. Yeah, it was great.
How was that achieved?
So they had like a mechanical system. I've got lots of photos of that too. Like, so basically on the ground, there was like a mechanical round thing, right? So, and whoever created this engineering is insanely great. Like the riggers over there, the riggers were really clever people. And again, what I want to credit these people is like in New Zealand, like before safety standards, like the shit that they were doing in New Zealand, I swear to God, because they came from the industry in Australia, you could not have got away with that shit in Australia. Whereas
So the Kiwis.
they're like, let's see a cherry picker, fuck her up, like
the cherry picker.
yeah, like throw her up in a harness. Like it was so rogue back in the day, but very,
I love it.
but like compliance, I don't think they can get away that shit anymore.
Bloody Kiwis.
Good on them.
So basically, I had a harness on, wire up. They had, I think it was a cherry picker. Then they had the staff was standing here, and the staff was on a rotating, like a round rotating thing.
Right.
I stood on it. They held me up, and I think my position was like this, and my leg was out. So like all the warriors were there, and I was like, bam, 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 kicking them.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so it spun you around.
That spun me around. Yeah, I can't remember if my foot was in or not.
So the staff physically, mechanically spins. A cherry picker's holding you so you're in the right angle perpendicular to the staff. And then that's so cool. Wow, look at that photo of you
look at
on
that
it.
Photo. That is such a cool photo.
Oh my God, that's when she does like kicking and dancing on the top of it or whatever it is. Like,
Look at all the goons.
See the bottom? Like I'm showing you the picture, and there's like that wheel thing. So that's what I was on. And so I had to like jump up and down like a I remember thinking it's like a Russian Cossack dance. You had
that's it.
Yeah, and the guys came in. So that's one photo.
That's amazing.
Wow. Gee, it'd be cool to get a rigger on the show.
Yeah, you should actually.
Yeah.
Another one. This full bump. Sorry, everyone that can't see this. We'll see like actually that's not bump you can see, but yeah, like that's a cool.
Look at that.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Those goons are the most classic goons too. They've got like some silly Viking hats on. I love it.
Yeah, they just look badass.
Like they were some of the original wonderful great men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You're amazing, Tammy. That is like, I'm just like shocked for words. I honestly am.
We knew this was going to be a good interview, but this is like next fucking level.
I'd like to relive this, right? Like,
oh my God.
I've
What
got
a
so
life.
many photos. And to be really honest, I've kind of like never really shared a lot of these photos because I think for me at the start it was such a, I don't know, like the behind the scenes, I think, you kind of held on to them. And before the show finished, I was like, well, who am I to share that stuff? I didn't know if I was legally allowed to. And I think too, in a way, when I left, there was many seasons after me. But it is really nice all these years later to kind of think, wow, I achieved all this between the ages of like 19, 20 something, 22.
Yeah.
Mate. Yeah. And I need to just say about Lou, when Lou approached me to do the podcast, it was people like you that we wanted to interview the most. It's the unsung heroes and the salt of the earth, the ones that walked away going, oh yeah, I did that. But it's like, no, fucking come back. We want to interview because we want to know what it was like working on Xena. Yeah. You guys made Xena. It's the Aussies and the Kiwis. It was a hard yakka.
100%.
Thank you.
I just want to second everything Shao just said. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bloody good.
That's so. Well, may I ask you about another time on the show? You actually acted. You were on the screen. We got to all see Tammy Barker. So in season 4, episode 17, The Play's the Thing, you played Gabrielle lookalike, where you're auditioning for a role as Gabrielle. I'm just wondering, this is a really cool episode. It's a really cool moment. I love like something that I think the fans love about the show is how like wink wink it is at the camera. Sometimes it's like in relation to subtext, in relation to lots of stuff. But this moment is a really cool moment where you and Xena's body double, Polly Bagat, got this iconic moment where you got to kind of stand in as characters, like with lines and stuff as Gabrielle and Xena. What was that like for you?
That was huge. So I actually auditioned for that role. They didn't because see, Polly and I were both aspiring actresses.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure she was as well. So I went there hoping to get all this acting work. But instead of being an out-of-work actor who was a waitress, I was a regular stunt double. And so I still had to audition for that role. They didn't give it to me just because I was Renee's double.
Interesting.
And then it was great because Polly was in it too. And look, I can't remember if she did the same. I know she had an acting agent and so forth, but yeah, that was so fun.
Yeah.
It was great to be on there, and that thing at the end, yeah, but then I also pretended to slip and stuff. Like, it was so fun, like auditioning. It was an audition scene or something
Yes. Correct. You're auditioning to literally be Gabrielle.
Yeah, it was fun.
She's funny as.
I went on to also I was in a Hercules episode called I think it was Revelations.
Oh.
Is it called Oh yeah, I've got the script here. I bought that on.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So this was directed by Bruce Campbell, and
oh, no way.
I had a great role. I got to another toga. They always wear bloody togas, don't they?
You're in the toga. Yeah.
So that was great. So I auditioned for that. It was like a 3-day part. I was some young virgin that was being sacrificed or something. I don't know. And that was a huge highlight because, you know, I went there to get acting work. I started getting bits and pieces. And, you know, a huge highlight for me because I'd worked with Ted Raimi and Bruce Campbell, you know, in my roles as stunt doubles. But Bruce was incredible, man. That guy, he took me under his wing. He was such a humble, incredible man. And I actually, in 1999, I went to New York and I went to the neighborhood playhouse and I did like a summer acting course over there. And Bruce, I went back through LA on the way and he picked me up and took me out for lunch and gave me all this advice. Like, we kept in contact for a few years after it. We've lost contact.
No way.
Yeah, but he was just so generous with his time and you know, that was like, that for me was a really huge moment to get that particular role. I mean, it wasn't a huge role, but it was.
Yeah, but you gained so much. Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, Bruce, he's such a fan favorite.
Oh my God.
Icon.
Yeah.
This is a funny one for the fans, but Liz Friedman, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah, Liz was a producer. Again, I think I connected with her when I was in LA and I think like had dinner or lunch or something like that. And she said to me, "Oh, there's like a Xena night on. Do you want to go?" And like it was this beautiful lesbian. Like, to be honest, I got to remember. I don't think I went, but it was this lesbian bar, and she was like, "Oh, they might eat you up." Like if they.
That's amazing.
You know, it was just like this was the height. You know, and I to be honest, I really remember it. If I can't, I wish that I remember, but for some reason, but she was like, "Oh, this is on." Like we could tell them like Renee's double is in town, and
they would have eaten you up.
You wouldn't have come out alive. No.
Yeah, hey, I love lesbians. I would have totally hung out and had fun.
They would have literally probably put you on a pedestal, like literally.
Yeah, I think I was like pretty shocked. I don't know. But yeah, that was pretty fun.
I wonder if it was Meow Mix because that was a famous lesbian bar in the 90s where they used to do Xena nights.
I think that's exactly it. Yes.
Wow, Meow Mix. That's cool.
That name is so. It was like a Wednesday night, and they did like Xena nights or something.
Yes.
Okay, Tammy, we're going to slightly change direction here. We have to ask, because we ask everyone this, do you have any favourite memories of working with Lucy Lawless, Xena, or Renée O'Connor, Gabrielle, or any other stars on the show?
I'm just trying to think. I don't know. I think like they were all great. Actually, I do have one. It's probably not the greatest to remember, but it's bloody funny. I cannot remember the episode, but you'll probably be able to dig for it. American actress Shiri Appleby was over.
Yes, yep.
Okay. And I was doubling Shiri, and I had to fight Renee. It was a main unit fight.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's such a fucking famous fight.
Okay.
Sorry,
yes.
Swearing.
Fighting, and it was an outdoor set, and Renee had her staff. We got too close, and we connected with my nose and her staff, and I fractured my nose and had 4 plastic surgeon stitches in my nose, plastic surgery stitches.
So I think I have heard this story from Renée O'Connor. I think she has mentioned that she did this to a stunty.
And that it was like the worst day of her life.
Yes.
She like regretted it so terribly.
Bloody hell.
Oh my God, that was you.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And again, I haven't told that story publicly because, but I was doubling Shiri, and Shiri's character was this little pocket rocket, fiery, you know, and I think Yeah,
Firecracker.
and so I was doubling her, and then and again, like Renee was amazing at what she did.
Yes.
So, but I think too, we just got too close,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we just got too close. We connected. She just nipped me with the end, and I remember going to hospital, like going in and doing it, but Renee felt so bad. And I was like, it's fine. Like this stuff happens, and it's funny.
Yeah.
I read my diary from that
Yeah.
then, and I remember they sent me flowers, and
Oh.
Renee's Barbie was Renee's makeup artist. She wrote me a beautiful letter, and Renee was and I was like, it's not your fault. It's like I'm like, did I get too close? Did you get too close? Who cares? It doesn't matter. We're okay.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
Sherry and we hung out while she was in town. We went out for dinner, and like her and I really connected. We didn't stay in touch much after, but I just that was a really big moment for me. And I kind of look back at that because Renee was so gracious, and I was like,
Oh.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
wow.
such a complicated job you guys have. Like you're literally mimicking violence on such a intimate way. That's and that particular those fights between Gabrielle and Tara, who Sherry B was playing, were so just
Iconic.
dog fights. Like they were just in it, man, like grappling, rolling around the ground. Like I think
Some of
Tara
my favorites.
slammed Gabrielle over the back with a chair. Like they're like wrestling matches.
yeah. And like we're always taught when you do this stuff just to there's you punch and then you extend, so you still have to have that much space. But
Yep.
when there's so much, and main unit is so fast, it's so much
Yes.
going on, and yeah, it happened. But yeah, I remember that. But yeah, there's no insurance. I have to pay for all that stuff myself out of work. I'm like, come on, man.
Bloody hell.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Yeah.
So that episode was again in your first lots of season 3, episode 14, Forgiven. So in your first run, you've done Gab Drag, you've been set on fire, had a broken nose from Renée O'Connor. Wow.
They all blend into one a lot of those seasons. You sort of, when you're just doing it, you kind of forget what years are what.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a time. Oh.
Okay, Tammy, we've got to ask, what's your thoughts on a reboot, a revival, or should we let Xena lie?
Oh, the nostalgic side of me just feels like let it lie.
Yeah.
There'll be no other,
Mhm.
and I think the hardcore fans and us that have been it, I'm like, those were the original days, and
Of course.
nothing can be done as good like that. But I also know that if there's, when these reboots happen in other shows, they are so powerful, and it is a great
Yeah.
memory lane to honor the original. So look, I think if the creators want to do it, and I think with all the technology that we have now and the advancement of even stunts and so forth, I'd be excited to see what could be done, right?
That's so
Yeah.
true. I hadn't even thought of that.
Great
Would be
answer.
amazing.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah. So, Tammy, a few of our listeners are not from these parts and may dream of coming to New Zealand or Australia. What is something everyone must do if they visit either New Zealand or Australia?
Whoa. Okay. Well, I'm from Cairns, North Queensland, Australia. So I've got to say, my part of the world is beautiful at the right time of the year. Don't come in summer. It's too hot. It's too humid, and the stingers of water. But the Great Barrier Reef is absolutely glorious. To see the Great Barrier Reef, to see Uluru is one of the most magical places in Australia. I've had the fortune of going out there a couple of times.
Oh,
For
wow.
me, I think those two destinations, if you could do it, would be get out to the center of Australia. It's just beautiful. And New Zealand, I mean, if you're going to go to New Zealand, the beaches where we used to film,
Yeah.
beach, Piha, all those beautiful rolling mountains.
Piha, such a good one.
Yeah, that whole area is incredible. I love New Zealand. My partner and I, we'd love to live there one day or travel around, really kind of explore it more than what we already have. And I think too, if you're, the South Island of New Zealand is just absolutely iconic, right? You've got to go there.
That's where I'm from. Thanks, Tammy. Yes.
Yeah, the history of, the Lord of the Rings and what the film industry has done for New Zealand is incredible. So to go and see those locations in Queenstown and Wanaka and all around that area, it's just, there's the fact that we have it down under like that here in Oceania is incredible. I found another photo for you ladies.
Oh my God. Is that you?
Yeah.
Wow.
You look just like Renée O'Connor. Like you look like fucking hell.
I
You
think
look
it's really-
excellent. It looks like Gabrielle.
Yeah. I was also Renee's acting double because Renee went on to direct a lot of, she was directing a lot of it.
Yes.
Yeah, like I was Megan Desmond, who was Discord. I was her acting double where they Renee's acting double where they shot, like they used me, say if I think Ted was in those, maybe even Bruce. So they shot over my shoulder and he would act with me and I did it back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Because I think you've got a credit in season 4, the final episode that Renée O'Connor directs. You're in like a modern world and you're in like
Yeah,
do you remember that?
when she's a shrink.
Yeah, she's a shrink. She's like a
Maddie. Yes.
Maddie, yeah. Deja vu all over again. Season
Deja vu.
4,
There
episode
you go,
22, we
gotcha.
got there.
I've got a photo of that.
Have you got a photo of that?
Show us.
Yeah, I found that photo and I was like, what is this for?
Wow, you've got so much cool stuff.
That's another one. That's not this, but there's that. That's that. That's this one.
That's Debbie.
That's
Debbie. God. Was that you again? I thought that was Renée O'Connor.
So
I honestly thought that was
I know. She looks.
I
Yeah. Oh man.
That was so cool. That was beautiful. What are you working on at the moment?
me, I'm a breakfast radio announcer on Triple here in Australia. So I work 5 days a week doing brekkie radio, which I love. I started on radio about 20 years ago and I moved back to Canada, but I've been back in this show I've been doing this show for this is my 4th year. So yeah.
Wow.
I love
breakfast radio as well. So thank you. This is like your bedtime, isn't it?
No, it's only the Sunday. I got a day off.
Oh, that's your day off. Oh, wonderful.
Radio's amazing. And it's
It's
a
fun,
great
hey?
network to be a part of. So I really enjoy that. So yeah, I mean, obviously I sort of chased my acting career and stunt career, and then things changed. I kind of got out of that. When I was in Canada, I was an Australian in Canada, Vancouver, trying to do American accents, Canadian accents. And I was getting work here and there. And I think for me, I got to a point where I was just just see what happens, and I came back to Australia, got into breakfast radio. I literally got handed a job in radio and then that took a world on
Great
stuff. But yeah, the stunt time in my life was very rewarding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And where can our listeners find you if they would like to follow you, Tammy?
Oh, well, look, to be really honest, I've been very private over the years.
Okay.
I have had my Instagram on private and then I've kept it open. So I'm not someone I'm look, if people want to find me, Tammy Barker 1 on Instagram, but I don't accept anyone on my Facebook. That's kind of private and
good boundary.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not someone who's ever chased thousands of followers on Instagram, but if you come and find me on Instagram, you're probably going to get a mixture of all of my different current careers and a little bit of my Xena background, but yeah, I don't push for all that stuff, but say hi.
Cool.
See, it's because you shared Xena, everyone just went, Xenites just jumped on board and went,
holy shit, what's going on? Yeah, the photos are incredible. When I look back and think of these photos, it's some really beautiful memories of the episodes and stuff. So I'm really grateful that you girls have asked me to do this and, share as well.
Oh, we are so grateful that you said yes and that you've spent time with us. It's just...
We are.
Mate.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tammy.
You're literally... If it wasn't for you, you, Min Windle, all the other legend stunties that you've listed today, if it wasn't for you guys, we couldn't have had those incredible, feminist action heroes on our screens. And all the ripple effects, culturally, socially, that this show brought us is it rests on the back of a lot of people, you are part of that family that helped bring it to our screen. So thank you so much, Tammy. We're so in awe. I hope we haven't overwhelmed you with how much
Totally fangirled the shit out of you.
No, not at all. I'm really grateful.
And pioneering in female stunts.
Of course.
Thank you. An unsung hero. You're a legend. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies. I think I said it before, but there was so much of this life I just moved on from, and I've done other things in that time. And this has been so joyful for me to talk to you, to relive it, to feel the nostalgia and feel really proud about the small contribution that I did. And I think too, stunties don't usually get the credit that they deserve, and not that I've ever looked for the credit, but it's just going through my photos and having you talk to me about your experiences and my experiences. It's actually been really rewarding at this time in my life. So I'm so grateful that you want to speak.
Oh, thank you. Our pleasure.
Thank you so much, Tammy. Yeah.
Thank you.
Fellow Aussie, you're a rock star. Mate, what a cool episode, hey? Oh,
I know. We're so thrilled to talk to everybody in the Xenoverse.
Yeah.
This getting a conversation with a stunty.
And Gabrielle stunty.
And Gabrielle stunty. Oh, Tammy Barker.
What a generous human she is, hey? She just telling us all this cool shit. The weapons guys. She just pulls out the size and just goes, oh yeah, these. And does the Gab flick of the wrist. It's just how awesome.
Yeah, really took both of our breath away, yeah? She just so incredibly talented, hey? So highly skilled to be able to do that sort of job. I don't know why until this moment I haven't really comprehended how incredibly highly skilled stunties are, and they just are. They're putting their friggin' lives in danger, their bodies in danger.
Yeah, they're awesome, man.
Day in and day out on those sets, and they've got to be so...
Oh, totally. It is that job that I have always wanted that I just could never do, because you got to be really coordinated and strong and fearless and just that go-get-it attitude, just so cool.
She is. She really is. There were so many stories that came out of that, and there were so many, just to learn. There's an infinite more amount, I imagine, of stories to come out of her. Yeah. But yeah, just to hear the intricacy of the Gab drag, that was, man.
What a cool stunt. It's an insane stunt. To be involved in that full on, we're not going to take away the fact that it's such a horrible, horrible scene, right? It's horrendous.
Yeah, of course, from plot wise, it's arguably, and not to bring it down at all.
Well, yeah, the Dayhawk scene. Let's not go there.
Yeah, no, okay. I align. I think today's not that day.
No.
So, but I do really want to acknowledge that the Gab drag is one of the hardest scenes for us to watch, right? It's one of the worst times of kind of the worst things that happens between Xena and Gabrielle, where Xena actually inflicts quite intense intimate partner violence on her soulmate.
It's awful. Yeah, but a seriously cool stunt, man.
To be able to pull off that, having a live human in that, what impressive skill she has to be able to do that.
I am so happy that we are celebrating her, that we are fully giving her this and shining a light on her. It's so bloody important.
No, I know, so deserved. Because, look, okay, let's be real. We all fell in love with Gabrielle at some point or another. I think a lot of us didn't realise we're also falling in love with Tammy Barker.
Yeah. I know I fell in love with that side of Gabrielle, her fighting and her kicking ass and doing crazy shit. It's Tammy.
It's Tammy.
So great.
It's Tammy. I know. We've got to talk about the gumption, the gall of it all, that she just contacted Peter Bell, moved herself up and over to Aotearoa, lived at a backpacker's, cleaning so that she could get free accommodation.
Yeah.
I just what the hell is that? That is just such a testimony to her as an individual,
Mate,
hey? Just so cool.
That is so Australian.
Yeah.
We've got this saying in Australia where you go, something is really un-Australian or something's very Australian. And that's just so Aussie. It's just yep, gonna go travelling, gonna give it a go. Yeah. What about mentioning Renée O'Connor breaking her nose?
Oh.
I recently heard Renée O'Connor talk about this at the Comic-Con in Brisbane, Queensland this year. Yeah, and she talks about how it was just the timing was wrong and got her right in the nose, and she felt terrible that she broke the stunty's nose. So, fuck, imagine breaking your nose.
Oh, to hear that from Tammy's side of it, terrible. Broken nose.
Yeah.
Everyone knows they suck. No one likes getting bopped on the nose, let alone a natural broken nose.
No one knows.
Oh. No.
Just the things that, like talking about being scratched all up her side and all the bruises she'd cop, and you just get up and do it again. And, it's just they took a real battering.
Yeah, totally. And I guess it's part of the biz, hazards of the industry, but it's also, man, like full-on stuff. And how amazing, like she, not only was she a stunty, she was an actress, she was a stand-in for Renée O'Connor. And it was really cool to hear how she got that credit in Deja Vu all over again. Season 4 finale, yeah. One of the 2 episodes that Renée O'Connor got to direct.
Yeah, she got to witness Renée as a director too. That's pretty cool.
So cool.
So let's wrap it up like a solstice present. For all us Z-Nights, have a Merry Christmas, guys, and a Happy New Year, and Happy Holidays, and thanks for listening to us, guys. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, on our website, xenawarriornutballs.com. Leave us a scroll. We love having a chat. Share and subscribe, because we're on YouTube now, so you can go to YouTube. We're on there, and listen to us on Spotify and Podbean and Apple Podcast.
Well, ka kite anō, everyone. Mere karimati. Merry Christmas from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Happy holidays, guys.
Oh, yeah, battle on Z-Nights. Merry Christmas from Australia. And happy holidays. Hey, happy summer holidays. Or actually, winter holidays if you're on the other side of the hemisphere.
I always forget
Yeah,
that.
they have snow. They actually have real snow. Like, we're boiling over here.
I know. What do you even do on Christmas when it's snowing? Like, when do you get time to go to the beach and play cricket?
I think I can hear Santa Claus.
On the roof with Tobias?
Yeah, fucking hell, you want to be a strong roof, mate. Fucking donkey on your roof.